Hey, everybody, good morning and welcome to Pharrell and the Prophet. Scott, the world is upside down. Listen, I consider myself an independent, right? And in New York City, we have a lot of liberals. We know that. And there's certainly some, there's some right wingers. But here's the thing, about 80% of America identifies itself as either moderate Republican, independent, or moderate Democrat. You and I probably fit somewhere in there. But there's about 10% on each side that is just fucking inflamed and will pretty much do anything at this point to destroy the other side. This guy, Charlie Kirk, he over and over, he said, look, there are certain people and it's acceptable to accept certain gun deaths every year to make sure that we don't lose the Second Amendment. Well, he lived by that sword, and yesterday, sadly, he died by that sword. And I am not condoning it at all. The guy, I was no fan of him, but he had every fucking right to use his Second Amendment right and his freedom of speech right to say what he wanted to say. He wasn't telling people to kill each other. He wasn't inciting anybody to violence. So he had a free platform. The fact that I disagree with him, that's what it is. But to see this guy get fucking gunned down, right? He's got two little babies. He's 31 years old. He's got a wife in Arizona. And, it's just, we're fucking out of control. Back up, back off.
Yeah, I
Jesus.
mean, look, I'm not into politics. It's a sticky substance, I don't want anything to do with it because it's just so crazy now.
Yeah.
I can't really stand
Toxic.
any of them. I don't like either side. I'm not a fan of it. As you know, I have a gambling problem. I don't have time to fucking
Yeah.
sit around. So,
Yeah.
look, I'm just telling you, I don't.
Yeah.
I've heard of the guy. Uh, I think I had no interest in him. I
Yeah.
don't get into
Sure.
his world or his. He's very young to me, and I know he was really. After watching the news yesterday, that he was really powerful at what he does with the young college kids and with the youth.
Conservative movement.
The
Yeah.
new
Very conservative.
voters,
Yeah.
young kids and stuff. They loved him. He had a very popular following and podcast, radio show. I know he
Yeah.
spoke at the RNC.
The Trump party.
I know
Yeah.
that Trump loved him. That's great and everything. I don't. That was crazy, right? Like so. Seen Trump get shot. You've
Yeah.
seen this
This
guy
kid
just shot right
shot.
through the neck. And what's crazy is social media. Like I saw the actual
Bullet hit.
yeah, I saw it hit and I saw the blood fly out of his neck. It wouldn't
Really?
the
Send that
news.
to me.
What?
Send that to me. I couldn't find it. Send that to me, Scott. I want to see that.
Uh,
I mean, it's absolute
well, I
madness. So yeah, I would love
I have
love
it,
to
and not
fucking
only
see
not
that.
only that, I'm
Cool.
gonna send it to you right now so you can watch it right now. I want you to watch this right now and tell me.
It's
Hold on.
crazy, dude. That's absolutely
So
crazy.
this,
Absolutely
I'm
crazy.
gonna literally
Hey,
in the
what?
middle of the show, I'm gonna send you this so that you can see it for yourself.
Yeah, I'll watch it live. But hey, while
I
you're
just
looking for
said it,
that, let me
so
just
so
throw
keep
out
an
a
eye
couple.
out for it, and when it
You
pops
said it?
up, I want you to play that. That is the most insane thing I think I've ever seen on social media. Like,
Right. All right. I'm watching it here. Let's see if they'll, because I started looking, Scott, and I noticed that, see, sensitive content show. Let's see what it does here.
are you seeing it?
Oh my God.
That's the way to go. If you're
Holy.
gonna go through it, that's the way to go. Like to see it
Oh my
actually
God.
live. He got shot right through the neck, and it just the blood just flew right out of him, like just a
Oh
massive splatter of
my
blood. It
God.
was like a,
Hey, Scott, they didn't catch the
it was
guy.
like a
They
movie.
didn't catch the guy
It was
yet.
like watching a
He didn't,
movie.
yeah, dude, the guy who did that bullet, that
Right.
sharpshooter, he's free. They don't have
Yeah,
him, do
they
they?
haven't
No,
caught him, but
they haven't caught him.
my guess is that they will. And
I think
they
so.
did get the wrong guy. They got some old man, and they let him
Twice.
go.
Twice.
But remember,
Twice.
so we've seen the president shot. We've seen this
Yeah.
guy shot dead.
State Assembly in Wisconsin, dead. They
Yeah.
went onto the state floor and
If you
killed him.
remember, what was her name? Gifford, the chick in Arizona. She got shot. And
Tulsi Gabbard.
she was left
Yep.
all mangled. So listen,
Yep.
people are fucking nuts. and
Yeah.
it's sad. It's a this is a crazy thing that happened. I mean, it's just insanity. Like the world's
It's
crazy,
insanity.
and you know what it is.
Yeah.
Like I felt like yesterday at one point when I was watching all of it, I was like, I mean, I know this sounds crazy, but it's like civil war at any point could break out. People here in this country now hate each other,
Inflamed.
and
Yeah.
to the
I
point
can't
where
believe it.
some guy can't have his opinions heard at a forum outside at a college campus. He can't speak his mind. If you remember Kent State, the police shot the students. Now we have people shooting people with
Yeah.
high-powered rifles from 200 yards away on the roof, like this was Kennedy in Dallas. Like this is crazy stuff, and now it's
Yeah.
all the time. And how about this? The same day, another school shooting in the same county in Denver as
Colorado.
Columbine with a kid.
Colorado.
And then how about in Seattle last week, a 13-year-old, they found him with like 200 guns at his house. What the fuck are his
Yeah.
parents doing? This kid's got an ammunition set up like he's going to, World War III. He
War.
had
Yeah.
hundreds of guns, and he was going to go light up his school, and he was 13 years old. And then, they're gonna let him out. They already did. Like he didn't get charged. He's getting charged. Whatever. He's gonna have problems. But they let him out. Like how about the guy? How about the guy in New York? They let out. He had served like 20 years, and they let him out. And he went this week. You know what he did? He broke into that house. He set those two old people on fire, killed them, burned the house down, and stole everything, and then walked down the street like he was going to get a fucking lollipop. Like the thing with these people, I gotta tell you. What do you mean, you people? I'm talking about if you're in doing time for battery, assault, murder, rape, all this stuff. I know it sounds like lame for me to say this, but they all get out at some point, and they let them back out into the community, and then they just go do it again. And I'm now from the side of just never let them out. When you're a killer, you should never be let out. That's just all there
Yeah,
is to
Scott,
it.
I
I
have
don't give a fuck Melendez brothers or whoever.
Yeah.
They let these people out, and they go fucking kill again. Did you see the guy on the train kill that beautiful Ukrainian blonde? He stabbed her like 30 times on the train because he was mentally ill. They should have never let him fucking out. He tried to kill his sister 4 years ago, and she dropped the charges, a stupid bitch. And now this guy shanks this chick 30 times dead on the train. Only in New York, baby.
So, Scott, the House of Representatives, when they heard that Charlie Kirk got shot, they were able, even, everybody lamented it. Everybody said, whoa, whoa, whoa. And, it was universally, an uprise.
Condemned.
But the interesting thing was they said, hey, let's have a moment of prayer on the floor of Congress in honor of Charlie. And so the Republicans all said that and all agreed. The Democrats immediately said, how come we didn't have a prayer 2 hours ago when children in Colorado got shot? And they started arguing about that. People are dying, and they couldn't even figure out to say a prayer.
They can't agree on anything,
Wow.
Mickey. And here's the thing.
It's crazy.
This guy,
Crazy.
so I'll give him this because I'm not, as you know, either way. Like, I'm not gonna. I think the right is wacko, and I think the left is crazy. There's no getting around it. So, I got a problem with having a guy that's willing to actually talk to people and listen to their side of things. And let's have a debate. Let's have a heated debate. Let's have a conversation. Let's scream and yell at each other about our opinions and our values and our ideals and what we want in this world. And then let's not blow each other's heads off. Can you not have at least an argument with somebody without it leading to violence is the thing. And I mean, I'm talking on every facet, like even in like MMA, right? So have you ever seen this? I used to cover the UFC and go to every event for 2 years, right? And I've never seen it once not happen where I'm in the lobby at a hotel where all the fighters are staying and a fight breaks out between, sides. They can't walk through the lobby of a hotel without somebody saying something or throwing hands or kicking someone in the face. they cannot get in the same room. When they have these face-offs now, one guy always loses his shit, and the other one they got to hold him back.
Yeah.
You can't even have an argument with someone anymore in this country without the threat of violence or the threat of being killed. That's all there is to it, and
Hey,
I think
Scott,
that's
can
what's
I tell you?
sick with the
Let,
country.
here's my thing. To a degree, I understand the anger factor. I was in the Jewish deli down at the shore, and I ordered a quarter pound of lox and a quarter pound of whitefish salad. And they gave me a quarter pound of lox and a quarter pound of tuna fish. First off, in a Jewish deli, you should not be selling tuna fish. That's number one. Number two, I got home, I saw the tuna fish, and I was going to get in the car and I was going to go back to the deli and I was going to jump over the counter and I was going to shove that quarter pound of tuna fish into this little motherfucker's neck who fucking did the tuna to me. Like, I was furious. But you want to know something, Scott? I caught myself and I didn't do that.
I would.
See?
I would have done it.
Self-control. Right? I mean, who the fuck? Hey, you want to talk about some sports or should
They
we
got
just
the
keep
best
talking about violence?
sandwiches at those delis. I got to tell you.
Oh, the great corned beef,
The corned beef
pastrami,
and pastrami.
tongue, mustard. Let's go.
Hey, did you see me last night telling people to put some mayonnaise on it and wash it down with a fucking cold beer on the
cock,
community?
yeah.
Like people
I
starting
saw
up
that.
with me in the community. Listen,
Yeah. Fire it up.
listen,
Fire it up.
I'm not having it. Like we're hitting tons of bets, and some of these morons have to realize that we lose bets. You know what I mean? Like if
There's
I
gonna
lose
be
an
some
elite
losses.
play but hit both max profit plays, can you not still get a hard on?
Right. Can you get yourself the Bon Air? Scotty, if you're cool, that I would like to throw out, these are just the offbeat player props, because you and I, for the most part, team, if you look, we've got bets up on tonight's game, right? The game, obviously Thursday night football, but we've got a lot of play on that. So we're not going to be running down that game in terms of spread, total, and the like. We're not doing that. But I will hit you some player
We'll
props
do it.
right now.
Saturday's podcast, we will do all of Saturday's games and Sunday's games.
No
But
question.
we're not giving out
Yeah.
tonight's because they're pay
No.
picks.
The picks are up. Yeah, the picks are up. I will say this. We've got, a couple of interesting prop plays for you here. I'm going to give you number one, Noah Brown. All right, Commanders at Packers, over 22.5 receiving yards. And Scott, we've got that at minus 114. And let me give you Commanders receiver. Let me give you
like
where
that
that's
over?
at. I like that over, Scott. And we're basically playing around with 22.5 at about minus 115. Scott, at DraftKings, you can get that at minus 111. I like that pick a lot. That's Noah Brown, Redskins, over 22.5 yards. He'll clear that. He's going to clear 30. Deebo Samuel is going to go under, Scott, 52.5 receiving yards. Here's why. He's going to get the ball more these days on end around, on fucking, trickeration. They're not hitting him that much downfield in terms of his receiving. He's going to go under 52.5 yards. We've got that at 45 yards on our primary engine. So those are two for you right there. And I've got a bunch more I can throw out.
Do it. Do you have anytime tutties? Like I'd be willing to go.
And anytime
I'd be willing
Tutty,
to
you
go
want to
with
look at that shit? Oh, I never play that, but I'll look.
I'd be willing to throw an Ertz in there. When they get
You would.
inside the red zone, he catches tutties.
You know what? Let me go. While you're doing that, you can tell me if you like anytime tutties. Throw it out there
What
right
about
now.
McLaren? Do you think McLaren will have a tutty tonight? He can't. Listen, here's a guy finally got his fucking money. It's about time he start catching some tutties, right?
Yeah, I'm with you. And he got paid what, 96 million, Scott? He got paid.
Finally, that was the longest. I think that and your guy in Cincinnati, the edge rusher Trey. I think he and McLaren were the longest holdouts, the biggest contract squabbles in the NFL this year. Bigger than Micah, they just traded him, and bigger than TJ, they just gave him his money. Cam Hayward got his money. These other guys had real issues.
Yeah, let me talk to you a little bit about the player to score the first touchdown, and then I'll give you the player to score the last touchdown. Here, guys, We don't, this is just for fun. Scott and I do not endorse this kind of, like wild betting. We're way too conservative. We're way too thoughtful the way we do this, way too disciplined, but it's fun to talk about anyway. Scotty, Jacobs, running back, plus 380. He's got the best odds, right? Plus 380. Your boy McLaurin. Give me a guess, Scott, what you think his odds are, partner.
To score a
McLaurin.
touchdown or first touchdown?
First touchdown. First touchdown.
Plus 240.
Plus 1,200. I guess you want to take that one. Plus
So
1,200.
McLaren first tutty plus 1,200.
Plus 1,200, brother. 12x on your fucking bet. Drop yourself a nickel,
How do
pull
you
back
spell his name
6,000
again?
bucks. McLaurin. Yeah. The reason why Jacobs is so much better is because it's expected that Green Bay will probably score that first touchdown. So McLaurin is obviously a different bet. Deebo Samuel, Scott, same odds, plus 1,200. Kraft, the Green Bay tight end, plus 1,200. The last one I'm going to give you is Jaden Daniels, plus 1,200. That's the first touchdown, partner. Yeah. And I can give you the last
So you're telling
touchdown,
me
too.
Daniels is first tutty is plus 1,200 as well?
12 to 1. Put down a dime, get 12,000 back. Yep. That's it, partner. Seriously. Having said that,
Those
once
odds
again,
are crazy.
yeah, well, but it's fool's gold, Scott. Trust me. The book know how to do this. It's fool's gold. The one I would tell you that I actually do like would be Jacobs. I actually think because of the way they play ball, the way Green Bay plays, getting 4x on my money, that's something I think
He's
is
4 to 1?
almost reasonable. What's that?
Jacobs is 4 to 1?
He's basically 4 to 1, plus 380, Scott. Yeah. Yeah. So pretty insane. How about last touchdown score? Jacobs again. Now, Scott, plus 470. The reason why the odds get even longer is because at the end of the game, historically, touchdowns are scored via the
plus
air.
480?
470 for Jacobs, Green Bay, for the last touchdown.
Yeah, that's good.
The receivers' odds get better because that's anytime. You want to do anytime touchdown scores? I'm going to ask the odds on these, Scott, and you can make your best guess. Anytime touchdown, Jacobs.
Yes.
Okay, give me the odds. Just throw it out.
Oh, I think the odds are shitty. I think they're plus 180.
It's minus 200. That's a brutal bet. You only get a 50% return on Jacobs. That's scary. I would never do it. McLaurin, anytime touchdown.
I just don't think it's that crazy because I think he's going to score a touchdown.
Agreed. So what are you thinking? Like in the
same number, minus 2 bills.
All right. Here's where your value would come in. McLaurin is plus 155. So you can actually get a return. You can get 1.5x on your money. Deebo is 180. Daniels, which I actually do like this, Daniels is 180. And then the longest odds, in terms of reasonable players to get it would be Reed,
honestly,
the wide receiver.
How many fucking touchdowns? What's the total going to be? 160?
Right. Well, that's not.
We got like 19 guys scoring fucking touchdowns. It's not happening. It's not happening.
But that's not.
There's just too many fucking. Now there's too many props.
Right.
I'm starting to get dizzy. I got vertigo.
All right, let's get off the fucking props. Let's talk a little bit. You got a little foreshadowing me for the weekend. We can throw a little bit of stuff out there if you want to foreshadow just a little bit. Hey guys, Scott and I are going to be recording a show Saturday morning, and just like last Saturday, we're going to go in depth on college and pros. If you watched last Saturday, gang, we fucking hit the shit out of college football. And then the following day, we smoked the NFL. So be sure to tune in on the Saturday show because we were killing it. Scott, you got any foreshadowing for me here?
I'm looking at a couple, Clemson's playing in Bobby Dodd against Georgia Tech. I'm pretty sure the game's at Bobby Dodd. Let me just make sure, because, sometimes they play these games now at the Benz. It's at Bobby Dodd. And look, I couldn't believe it. Clemson's only laying 2.5. I know Georgia Tech's 2-0, but I think Clemson's going to go in there and beat their ass. I really do.
Love that play. I love that
Here's
play.
another one. Michigan is home to Central Michigan. Here's a couple problems I got with Michigan. They look terrible against Oklahoma. I think they look terrible for 2 reasons. They have no coach. and they
Yeah.
have because their coach Moore is suspended, and then
Yeah.
they have a freshman quarterback, and he
Yep.
sucks. He's just not ready yet to play big time college football. He's learning on the fly with no coaching staff on the sideline. I don't think they're covering the number against Central Michigan. I think
So
27 and a
I'm
half
gonna.
is too many points for a team that's got a shitty coaching situation and a shitty freshman true quarterback. I mean, this guy, look at him against at Norman against the Sooners. He couldn't do shit.
You couldn't do shit, Scott. I gotta ask you, what are your best odds you're getting on that? What's
I
the
see it at
what?
27 and a half right now. I'm just looking at it on ESPN just in terms of matchups. I didn't look
Got
at
it.
it in terms of every house. You might be able to
Yeah.
get a better
Okay.
number on that.
Cool. Okay. Yeah. By the way, I completely agree with you. I would never, ever ask Michigan to win that game by almost 4 scores. So, toss that the fuck out.
Yeah,
I got one for you. Any thoughts on Alabama, Wisconsin?
yeah. I think from what I've seen, Wisconsin sucks. They can't cover a number to save their ass. The game's in Tuscaloosa. I think Alabama punks Wisconsin. I don't buy into Wisconsin. I saw them in their
I don't know.
opener. They won. I think it was 17-0 against Miami of Ohio. Then they beat Middle Tennessee by 32. But those teams suck, and so now they're
Yeah.
playing a good team. Now remember, people made fun of Alabama
Alabama
because they
needs
got
this.
their ass beat by Florida State, but they turned right around and
Yeah.
scored 77 points the following week, right? Didn't they? I think they.
70, I think, a 70 piece on Grambling or something. I forget who it was. They put a 70
Well,
piece down, I
I mean,
think.
wasn't it literally? I could have sworn it was 70, 73. They put on Monroe.
70.
On
Got it.
Monroe.
I mean,
So I think
right.
Alabama's going to handle Wisconsin no problem. I think they'll beat them by 3 touchdowns or more in Tuscaloosa.
All right. I'm going to just a couple more quick ones. Do you think Auburn covers? What is that, 25, Scott?
Uh,
Auburn, South Alabama. It's a 12:45 kickoff.
you know, I would think so. I would think so at Jordan Hare. I would guess right now initially yes. I would say yes because if I look at South Bama, they Tulane beat them by 2. They beat Morgan by big 38-21. I like that Retzlaff. I like that Jewish quarterback at Tulane. Tulane beat them at South Alabama. But I mean, look, they played Tulane tough. So that's a lot of points to give them against Auburn, who's, I don't know, is Auburn, are you jumping up and down about Auburn? Auburn beat Ball
No.
State 42-3. They beat Baylor 38-24. I mean, they've looked decent so far. It's probably a game I wouldn't touch.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. I mean, I don't know, that I think it's too many points. So I'll
I have
leave
a
it at that,
question for
Scott. I think it's
you.
just too many. Yeah.
Sunday, Mac Jones is starting for the Niners because Purdy's out
Yes.
2 to 5 weeks.
He's
They're
out.
playing
He's
at
out.
the Saints. I had somebody
Yes.
trying to get me to pick the Saints in that game. I still don't like to bet on the Saints. I think they're awful. Do you think Mac Jones can go to New Orleans and still, with no George Kittle, and still get the Niners a dub and cover 4.5?
He can get the dub. I wouldn't. First off, I wouldn't touch the game. 4.5 is too much. Scott, Mac Jones blows quarterback cock. Okay, he is legitimately terrible. I would never play that
Speaking
game
of
ever.
blowing cock, Charlie Sheen has been doing interviews again, and this time allegedly sober. And he's been celibate for 10 years after admitting that he fucked over 5,000 women and also men in crack-fueled romps. So he says that the more crack he did, the more, I guess, men he fucked. And women, that was just part of the repertoire. But all I know is Charlie admitting to banging all kinds of men while on crack. That is quite a story. And then I have one other one for you. Did you see the guy that was on the cruise ship, Royal Caribbean cruise ship, and he owed 16,000 at the casino, and he only had 14,000 in cash left in his cabin apparently, and he went and got his money, and he owed the house 16, and he's like vacationing on
Yeah.
the ship, so they
Yeah.
got you dead to rights. You're not going anywhere unless you fucking jump overboard. My man
Yeah.
took his money and dove off the ship into the ocean, where he was rescued by guys on, I guess, jet skis or something. But he
Yeah.
eventually got plucked and busted, and he's in a whale of trouble. Would you ever jump off a cruise ship, Mickey, if you owed 16,000 to the hizzy?
Yeah. No, I've never on a cruise ship, I've never lost that kind of money. I've won way more than that, but I've never lost anywhere near that. And so, no, I wouldn't jump, Scott, because I can tell you it is so fucking high up, it'll take your breath away. I have a
It
question
is
for you
high
because
up.
you said that now. I always wondered to myself, why did they name crack? But I guess it's because when you do it, you just want to spread an ass crack and you have at it. Like
No, I
that's
listen. I
that's
think
where they
they
came up with that.
listen. We've always called it on my show over the years the butter. Everybody loves the butter. The first hit's free, an amazing high. Everyone that
Yeah,
does
yeah,
smokes cocaine loves it. Let's just get
yeah,
real here and stop with all the
yeah,
other. Oh, it's so awful. It is awful. It is heinous.
yeah.
It is dangerous. It is
Mhm.
troublesome. It is illegal. It is a
But that
problem.
first hit
But
is
that
great.
first hit, I mean, they'll chase the dragon all night long, Mickey. Once they
You
get that
bet.
first hit in them, they'll do 1,000 more. And not only that,
Yeah,
they'll drive high to get more. When you
yeah,
buy crack and you run out of crack, you
yeah,
always go back for more. I mean, it is like Jones City. I mean, when you run out of crack, you got to get more. And the crack dealers just love junkies that can't stop smoking crack. And then Hollywood's done a good job with it too. You always see the burned out, decrepit
yeah.
junkie on the street smoking the glass
Sure.
dick, and then they'll literally swallow loads to get their hands on just one more pebble of love.
One more
And
little
you know what I
hit.
mean?
Yeah.
Just
One more
you
rock.
got to get
One
that.
more
You
rock.
got to get that chunk of love, that butter. Everybody loves it.
Yeah.
So obviously, you know what they say, Mickey? Meth and crack gives you just your horniest fuck, and you just want to have sex all day. If
Ecstasy
you're
too,
on
I think.
meth, you
Yeah.
could jerk off for fucking 24 hours and not relieve yourself. You just keep going
Yeah.
because you're a fiend and you're a freak, and that meth makes your heart race. So I'm thinking
Yeah.
about getting some today now that we brought it up.
Yeah.
I can
And by the
score
way,
some
if you
right
do
down on
the
the
meth,
corner. It'll take me 5 minutes. I can get crack and meth faster than I can get a
yeah.
bagel or the fucking
Oh,
tuna you
absolutely.
got at the Jewish deli.
That's exactly right, Scott. Thank you for that. Back in the day, for everybody, if you were looking for tourist attractions, back in the day, the George Washington Bridge was crack alley.
Yeah,
So you would go from Fort Lee, New
right.
Jersey, where you could drink
Washington
underage.
Heights.
You'd go across the GW, and in Fort Washington, you would pick up your crack. Then you would come back, GW, which is crack
Yeah,
alley, back to underage drink in Fort Lee, New Jersey. It was great
yeah.
stuff. Great
I
stuff.
know people that
Beautiful
have
time.
run across that bridge to meet a dealer rather than pay the $13 to drive across and meet him.
Because you can't, that 13 can go towards drugs.
Right.
Why in the world would you put it towards the toll? Hey, Scott, we've run out of time.
All right, so Saturday, everyone watch because we give out tons of free plays, and that includes Sunday's NFL. We hit a ton, nine
Absolutely.
spread hits last week in the NFL. We hit
Yeah.
Monday night the Vikings. Last Saturday we were going crazy. The Saturday before it was 9 of every 10. Last Saturday it was 7 of every 10 we hit. So we're hitting tons of plays, and then you get your
Join us.
pay picks, you get your pay packages. Everyone makes their money back. Everybody loves it. Everybody's stacking money. So if you're a bitch and you think that we should get every single bet right, I want you to go eat some of that fucking tuna from the Jewish deli that Mickey has in his fridge and fucking choke on it. But we're gonna hit so many bets, and all we do, like, this is a long haul betting. This is not one bet. This is not one day. This is year
Marathon.
round. I mean, fuck.
Marathon.
Oh, by the
Yeah.
way, it's
All
Big
right.
Pill Thursday. It's 34C's birthday, and I'm gonna fuck her later.
Enjoy that.
Thank you.